Good morning and welcome to the vlog. It's Sunday morning. I'm starting this one when I want to start it. And I finished a book today, which is The Whispering Dark. Let me get the dust jacket. It looks like this. I have a few thoughts about this book. First of all, I've read that our main character in the book is deaf, and I've read that the author also was deaf or is deaf still, has some kind of hearing loss, but she was deaf for 5 years. And then I think she regained something, or she can hear a little bit, but yeah. So I'm not going to talk about representation. It's a book where the main character has the same kind of illness as her, and I think that's fine and she can speak on that best. I gave the book 3 stars. I think it's fine. I enjoyed reading it. That isn't the problem. I think it was overly dramatic and it didn't really have a lot of story. Like, you have a deaf character who can walk between worlds, and there are a few other characters who have like different kind of powers, like supernatural powers, and all of them can pretty much walk to parallel earths. They can open rifts and walk through them. And the whole time the main character is always like, oh, little glass Lainey, like she's breakable, and that gets repeated so many times, and I get it. If you are, I had and have quite a few health problems, and sometimes it feels like other people are like overly protective of you. Which, fair, you have health problems. But yeah, you have, gets repeated so many times that at some point you're like, yeah, I get it. And it gets annoying, to be honest. And then, like, she has these cool powers and she does nothing with them. They matter so little in the story, and yeah, they have something to do with the story, but she only visits like a parallel world once in the whole book? No, well, twice. Once to show she can do it, and once at a later point in the story. Why does she have these powers if they don't really matter a lot? And I don't know, the relationship in the book, it's kind of enemies to lovers. She hates him for some reason, and he isn't supposed to have contact with her, but secretly they both love each other in the end. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea, to be honest. I also think, but that would be a spoiler, so I'm just gonna roughly talk about it. I think it's wrong that these two are in a relationship because of a power imbalance that is there, which you will only know if you've read through the book, because it's pretty much only talked about in the end, but I think it's kind of iffy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a book that will stay in my head for a long time just because the story isn't much there. It's pretty much like, oh, there's a bad guy and there's this infuriating guy who she likes, and he doesn't really tell her much, and that gets her into danger, and in the end they kind of win. But it's a kind of yeah, it's a weird book, to be honest. I don't think that the topic is really used in a way, like, it doesn't give it all, the topic. It's kind of like tamed down, and I don't know why. In my opinion, there could have been a lot more to the story, but I think it's a perfectly okay book. Let's just stay with that. So yeah, and that's what I did this morning, and then I edited my vlog and uploaded that one, so I'm already done with that, and I'm now gonna go and do some more gaming. I'm really loving God of War, so I'm gonna go back to that and do some more gaming before going out with the dog. Also, I listened to a little bit more of Lord of the Rings yesterday. I love the audiobook narrator, which is the guy who plays Gollum in the films. He's so good. I'm absolutely loving it. It's just really comforting to listen to that and do some puzzling in the evening, you know. But yeah, that's it, kinda.
Starts an avalanche in the mountains. Even as we talk here, I hear the first rumblings. Simon had best not be called away from home when the dam bursts. In one thing, you have not changed, dear friend, said Aragorn. You still speak in riddles. What? In riddles? said Gandalf. No, for I was talking aloud to myself, a habit of the old.
Good morning, it's Monday. Yeah, it is Monday. To be honest, since having the whole month off, the days kind of muddle together, and I'm a lot of the time only in editing, seeing what day it is. But yeah, I think we have Monday. I wanted to give you a quick update whilst my hair is drying, so that I can get ready. I am now a third of the way through The Lord of the Rings. I am absolutely loving the audiobook. I wouldn't have thought though. I struggle a little bit with like fantasy audiobooks where you have like a lot of characters and stuff, but I think though, because I already know the story, it's a lot easier to listen to it. But yeah, the audiobook is just incredible. If you haven't listened to it, do it. It's one of the best audiobooks I've listened to so far, and it took me a long time to actually like audiobooks. I'm still not the biggest fan a lot of the time. It really depends on the person reading the book and how it's done. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, absolutely. But you need to do the Andy... Oh, Seeker or something like that. I'm gonna put it on screen here how he's called. He's the actor of Gollum, and you have to listen to his audiobooks. They are just incredibly good. And yeah, other than that, I started a new book this morning, and that is Season of Fears by Shauna Maguire. I have the dust jacket here. I'm 180 pages in. It's the second book in a series. I don't know how many books are supposed to be there in the end, but yeah, that's the... it has come out this year, not that long ago, and yeah, in all honesty, I think the second one kinda lacks the charm the first one had for me. It plays out after the first one, and it also like refers to the first one, even though the main characters are totally different, and it kind of expands on the whole alchemy aspect of the first one and kind of brings new elements into it that haven't really been talked about in the first one. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of interesting because the first one doesn't really talk about any of the stuff that happens in the second one, even though it's part of the alchemistic stuff, which was also the focus of the first one. So yeah, kind of interesting, but I kind of think the characters lack the charm of the characters of the first book, which is sad. I still think it's interesting, but yeah, I don't think I will like it as much as the first one. And I mean, I'm already 180 pages in, so it has like 480 pages, so I have 300 pages left. Yeah, I really hope it turns around, but at the moment I don't really care much for main characters, and that obviously is a problem because you're supposed to care for the main characters. They're in a fight for their life technically in the book. You have like a girl and a guy who carry like winter and summer in them, and they have to fight with other children that are for the crown to like be the personification, and everyone that doesn't get the crown in the end will die, either through the hands of the other competitors or just once the crown is taken they die. They don't get to live after that. And so because it's a struggle for life, the book, it kind of sucks if you don't really care much for the main characters, and I'm 180 pages in and I don't care that much for them. So yeah, I'm kind of sad about it, but I will continue with it, and we'll see how I feel. I will continue a little bit in the afternoon, I think. So yeah, I would like to get to like 250 maybe. That would be kind of good. Then I would have like 230 pages left, which I could technically finish tomorrow then, if I'm not getting really slow with reading it, which happens if I don't care much for the book. But yeah, so yeah, hopefully it will pick up. And yeah, still working on my puzzle. Takes me forever. But yeah, I think that was all I wanted to talk about. I'm now gonna go get ready, play some God of War, and yeah, let the day commence, and then I will talk to you later on in the day. It's now late evening. I didn't read anything today anymore because we had some errands to run, which I didn't remember this morning, and so yeah, I didn't have any time today. I will have to continue reading tomorrow, but I will now listen to The Lord of the Rings. I'm in such a mood for that, so I will continue to do that and puzzle a little bit. Also, I'm kind of also dreading continue reading Season of Fears, just because I struggle with the characters. So I will try to continue that, but if I'm kind of like feeling I'm gonna stop reading and I don't want to pick it up anymore, I might switch to another book, just to like keep my good reading month going, you know? But we'll see that tomorrow morning. We'll see how I feel about it. But yeah, I just thought I'd do just a quick little check-in for the evening. And yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna have to think about what I'm gonna make at Christmas. But that is a thing for tomorrow, which I'm also dreading, but you know, it has to be done. I have something. I love like a good Christmas dinner, you know? But it's not easy for me and my partner because he eats everything. I have a lot of restrictions what I can eat and what I want to eat, because I do eat a vegan diet, but I'm also health-wise kind of restricted to what I can eat, so it's always a little bit of a tricky thing. So yeah, but that is the thing for tomorrow. Yeah, just a quick check-in, and I'm gonna now do a really chill evening, and yeah, gonna enjoy The Lord of the Rings. Let's talk a little bit more about Season of Fears. I'm now 300 pages into it. I have 180 pages left. It's hard. I love the first part, like the first book, which is called Metal Gear. The characters of the first book were really interesting, and they were really unique characters. Let's put it like that. And I'm now at a point where our main characters of this book just met the main characters of the first book, and it showed me why I have started so much with the second book, because the characters of the first book, as weird as they were really charming in a way, you know? They felt like really real characters, you know? But the main characters of this book, you have like the girl that is the girl that has a heart condition, and because of that she's like permanently on the brink of breaking down, and like physically breaking down, and she's like this really like sheltered girl who flips a switch once like the things in the book get going, and she finds out that she's a Winter Queen, or she's in the running for the Winter Queen, and she pretty much, her heart stops, the winter takes hold and helps her, and she's a completely different person because she's not that breakable anymore. But it's like, okay, now it feels a little bit like it's a different person. And then you have her boyfriend with this. Hey, nicht den Stuhl ablegen. And then you have her boyfriend, who's like the typical football player, but who plays dumb and kind of like devotes his life to his girlfriend, who he never thought would live to go to college with him. And I kind of find that these are so cookie cutter people. Like, oh, you have the tragic love story between those two, and I'm totally lacking like a real connection between these two, other than they just love each other, and the pairing between them, because he's a contender for the summer and she for the winter, like makes that somehow stronger because they're paired up. But they just feel so cookie cutter, no connection. I don't vibe with them at all. And yeah, now meeting Dodger and Roger from the first book, it just really put an emphasis on how little how little chemistry our main characters have. That is the word. They are so incredibly lacking chemistry for the fact that they are supposed to be fated to be together, kinda. And it's just, I don't really care for them. And I only have 180 pages left. And I mean, I suppose they win, I hope they win, but I'm not really caring all that much for them because there isn't really a chemistry between them and between me and the characters. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed about this book. The first one was just so much better and more fun and more intriguing, and this is just a whole lot of explanations which he is kind of too dumb to understand, and it's annoying everyone, and yeah, I'm struggling, but I will finish it. Hopefully tomorrow, but we'll see. I don't think I will have much time today otherwise to read, because we do have to do our shopping for our, like, groceries and stuff. And the weather is kind of bad, so getting the dog out is quite the feat in itself, because he hates water. So kind of a little bit much. Yeah, this little guy, not a fan of water. But yeah, so I'm kind of annoyed at the book, but I'm happy that I'm reading it, you know, and getting it done. And to be honest, I think if there would be a third part coming out at the moment, I probably wouldn't pick it up. I just read the first one again, because the first one was kind of a lot more fun. But yeah, I'm now gonna go back up to my partner, and we're gonna chill a little bit. It's now really late evening, so sorry for the lighting. I just have an overhead light and I can't change the shadows. I'm sorry. But I read a little bit more of Season of Years. I'm still at the same point. I'm now 350 pages into it, so I have 130 pages to finish tomorrow, which I will tomorrow morning. Yeah, it's fine. You know, if you read a book and whilst reading it, you're just like, yeah, it's okay. I don't know, it doesn't invoke the feelings of the first ones. My opinion hasn't changed about the characters. Yeah, I don't know. In all honesty, I'm just not impressed. And I wish just a little bit that I wouldn't have bought it and wouldn't have picked it up, because it's kind of ruining the series for me at the moment. And yeah, I don't know, if the ending would have to be incredibly good to make the book worthwhile in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I will finish it tomorrow, so I have it done, you know. But yeah, I'm happy I finished it then, so I have it off my mind that I still have to read it. But yeah, it's probably a series I won't be coming back to. Like, the ending would have to be really open or really, really good for me to come back to it, and at the moment I'm not expecting that, to be honest. But yeah, other than that, I continued listening to The Lord of the Rings. I'm now 60% through the audiobook, and I'm still absolutely loving it. And I will now, I don't know, listen to another half an hour or so before going to bed. And yeah, do a little bit more puzzling and snuggle a little bit more with this one, who's upset that I just got up and get the camera because he was lying on my legs. But yeah, we have, today I wanted to read more today, but we went grocery shopping for like a whole week, so we have like Christmas covered. And oh my god, we went just like around noon, and it was so full of people, and mostly they were old people who were really slow. And I don't know, I think it's fine they want to go at noon, but I just didn't think about that, and it was so draining to go grocery shopping that I just, yeah, had to sit down and relax after that and don't really do much. Because to be honest, I find people to be really, yeah, my energy drains really, really quickly. And yeah, that just took my entire energy out of me. So yeah, Also, I'm just seeing I need to load the battery. It just started flashing. But yeah, that's an update. I will tell you tomorrow morning the my final conclusions about the book, and then I will pick up the next one. I still have 2 books on my TBR, but to be honest, I'm not the most interested in reading those. So I might pick another one just to have a little bit of. Good morning. Let's talk about my reading. I have quite a bit to say. I finished Season of Fears. Let me get the dust jacket. Okay, that's the cover. I finished Season of Fears this morning. I think one thing that annoys me that I haven't talked about yet is our main character, the girl. I mean, we have 2 main characters. We have Harry and Mel. And Mel has a twin sister, which she thinks she's dead. But actually her father kept her alive alchemistically. And once they start to do the whole run for being crowned of a season and not dying, the twin daughter gets out of her stasis and starts living. But her father only taught her like how to fight and stuff, and so she's practically a toddler with a mind to kill everything. And you would think that that is a combination that is really deadly, and that she's a real problem for our main characters, because she was supposed to be the Summer to Mel, but Harry is the Summer to Mel. Because they found each other, and because the sister had to be kept in a coma, or like induced sleep kind of, for her whole life, the relationship couldn't build, you know. But the thing is, she's never a real threat to them. They have one fight before the coronation and one fight after the coronation, which, I'm sorry, this is probably spoilery, but I have to talk about it. I will put like a spoiler warning a little bit earlier. And the thing is, she's made to kill practically. That is, her whole purpose is to kill everyone so she and Mel, her sister, can like get the crowns. But she's never really a threat. She kills a lot of people in the book, but she's never a threat to our main characters. Where is there supposed to be like the danger in the book? Yeah, they meet danger at other hands, but never at her sister, which is supposed to be like this really big threat, and she's always like an hour behind them, and she never gets to them up until the end, and then she's not a threat at all because the sister is just stronger because of her connection to Harry, which like it really annoys me. I gave it 3 stars. I like the writing style. I don't have a problem with that, and I think the topic and the story in itself, like an extension to the first book, is actually really interesting. I just think that there's no connection for our main characters. Like, I don't feel anything at all for them. I don't care for them. I don't like the characters. Like, you could take them out of the book and it wouldn't matter. Like, you could just, they're just so bland, our main characters. I really didn't, yeah. I'm glad I finished it. I'm upset about it, you know. I had high hopes for the book and they weren't met, sadly. And yeah, I'm kind of disappointed about the book. So yeah, 3 stars. It's fine. I just don't care for our main characters, which is quite a problem if the book is about the main characters. But yeah, I have done it now. I will put it in my bookshelf and I will forget about it because I don't want to think about it anymore. And then I started the next book, and because I did really need something different and I wasn't in the mood, I still have to read the Secret History, which I don't know. And then I also have to read Catching Fire, but I needed like a little bit of like something to calm down, which might be an ironic choice, but I chose Journey into Darkness, which is the pretty much the follow-up to Mindhunters. Oh, Mindhunter. But yeah, it's already starting really interesting. It's yeah, a book about serial killers with the focus on the victims and how the detective, who also has written the book, but who's also like one of the founders of the FBI behavioral unit, like the, oh, how's the unit called? I don't know what, the profiling unit for serial killers. He has kind of like built it up from the ground, and he talks about like how he goes to do the cases. He also talks a little bit about his life, the impact that his job has had on his life, because he nearly died from stress from the job. And yeah, it's really interesting. The descriptions are quite gruesome, but yeah, I really enjoy it. So I'm gonna continue with this one somewhat later in the day. Also, my Illumicrate is supposed to come today, so we will unbox that one once it's here. But yeah, I will see you in a little bit. My Illumicrate just came, so I thought we unpack it really quick, so I can show my partner what was in it. I do still have to get the dog out of the way, but we'll see. Well, my dog thinks every package is for him, so he's just inspecting the box. But yeah, December theme was better together, so let's see what is in it. The first one, I think it's a mug. Yeah, so the first one really is a mug. Sorry. It looks really, really pretty. My partner and I are really enjoying these mugs. These are... No, come here. Sorry for the dog. These mugs are definitely our favorite mugs to use, so I'm really happy about every time I get a new one. It's just really nice to have like all different themes of mugs, but they all look kind of cohesive. Then, ooh, a chain pin set. Ooh, that one is really pretty. I have my pin banners there and like there somewhere. So I will pin this one on it. It's a Sword and a Crown, I think, by Jasmine Throne inspired. I haven't read that book. Let's see what it's the mug inspired by. I will have to look it up. Then next one, we have a jewelry travel case. Ooh, that is really pretty. I don't own a lot of jewelry, and most of it I wear every day. But it's actually nice to have like, oh, that's really nice. I will put all of my jewelry in here. Yeah, that is fantastic. I'm really happy about that because I don't own a case for my jewelry, the few that I have. And this one, not only for like traveling, but also for in my cupboard where I store my jewelry. Really nice. And then I can see a notebook. Or a folder? I don't know. Oh, it's a desk calendar. Oh, that is nice. It's like you have like a picture every day and then the calendar, and you can like make it stand up, I think, with the flap. I will have to see how that goes, but yeah. I mean, I don't have much use for a calendar, to be honest. I don't use like standing calendars or anything, but I might just put it somewhere to know which day it is. But yeah, it's not the most practical for me, but I do think that a lot of people use them, so yeah. And now let's see what the book is. Ooh, that is a really pretty cover. Look at that. It's called The Red Scholar's Wake by Aliette de Bodard. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. I haven't heard about it. Let's see. Okay, so it seems to be like a sci-fi where you have one character who kind of gets captured by the ship of the other character, and it goes from there. I don't know. I will have to look more into that one, but it is a really, really pretty book. The like end papers as well. Oh yeah, I love books that have like foil on the hardcover. It's really, really nice. So yeah, that's everything that was in the book. Let me look up what the mug is from. Is it The Song of Achilles? Is that maybe what this is? I'm really bad at seeing fandoms. Let's see, Fated Lover's Mug. Yes, The Song of Achilles. Nice. I actually enjoyed that book, so that is quite nice. So we have a jewelry case, the Strike a Bargain calendar, and the chain pin from Burning Kingdoms, which I haven't. I have read, and to be honest, I don't even know about. But I don't mind. I think the pin is nice, so that's fair. So okay. This one has our two main characters falling for each other, which I'm not a fan of. I don't really do romance in books. I struggle with it, so that will probably be a struggle book. Which, I know I'm in the minority of people which when it comes to like relationships and books and stuff, but I really struggle with them a lot. So yeah, hopefully it's a nice relationship and not like the main focus. We'll see. But I'm still happy to get it because these books are really pretty, you know. But yeah, that is all that was in the Illumicrate for December. A little bit of an early Christmas that I paid for myself, but you know. Yeah, my fairy loot I think probably won't come before December. It has gone out, but yeah. From getting from the UK to Germany just takes a time, so it probably will come like sometime next week, we'll see. But yeah, I'm really happy with my Illumicrate, and yeah, good morning. Let's do a little quick morning check-in with the doggo. I've continued reading Journey into Darkness. I'm now 155 pages into it, so not quite the middle. I think I have 220 pages left of this. I'm a lot slower while reading these like true crime non-fiction books, just because there are a lot to read, and this one especially because it is about child cases a lot, especially like the first. I don't know if it will continue like that, but yeah, it has a lot to do with children and crime, and that is a lot to take in. So I'm making my way slowly through it, but it's an incredible book. It really focuses on the victims and on what society can do, where the police could have done something different, where maybe the police didn't listen to the FBI, or where they were right, where the FBI was wrong, what they can learn throughout the whole process. So it's really, really interesting how crime prevention, but also crime solving was going on in the 90s. I didn't know, I just realized that today, that this book must have been written in some point in the middle 90s, I think. Which I somehow didn't realize. Let me see. Yeah, 1996 is when this book was written. So I didn't realize that because I listened to Mindhunter, so I didn't see from when the book was. I just knew that the cases were in like the 80s and 90s. And so these cases are also in the 80s and 90s. And so I know a lot of the cases because I've read and listened to other things about them, but it's a really interesting insight into the cases because he talks about cases where he worked at, or his colleagues that he directly knows worked at. But yeah, I'm really enjoying, I don't enjoy the cases that are in there, but I enjoy the whole getting to know more about true crime and how the police works. I don't know how much more I will read today. I will probably listen because I did want to listen to The Lord of the Rings yesterday, and then I kind of went in this circle of YouTube videos and didn't come out of until I got to bed, so I didn't listen to anything yesterday, so I want to continue listening to The Lord of the Rings today. And yeah, we'll see if I will read anything, but I also do want to do some gaming because my partner and I, we don't play together, but he will sit on the couch and play his game, and I will sit at my PC, like pretty much like opposite of the couch, and so we can talk together and stuff. So that's quite nice, and I do want to take the time and spend some time with my partner. So yeah, we'll probably do that, and yeah, I will see you later on in the day, and yeah. Good evening. I wanted to do like a quick check-in. I have, I think, 3 hours left for my audiobook, The Lord of the Rings, the second part. So I will finish that probably on Saturday, on Christmas. But I also continued reading Journey into Darkness. It is a really dark book. I have to, yeah, we're now at the topic of infant abductions and stuff. It's really, yeah, the topics are quite dark. But yeah, it's still really, really interesting, and yeah, I don't know. It's just a really interesting book, and I don't know how long it will take me to get through it, because I'm still really, really slow at reading it. But yeah, hopefully I will get through it this week still, so I can finish another book in this vlog before I start another one. But yeah, I just wanted to do like a quick check-in. I will probably go to bed in a few minutes and yeah, just end the evening, because I'm really, really tired. And yeah, I will see you all in the morning. Good morning. My hair's drying, so don't mind that. I've read more of Journey into Darkness this morning. I had a good cry. This book it's making me really emotional. You know, I think it's interesting. I don't want kids. I don't do well with children. Like, I'm capable of like looking after them and stuff. I'm fine as like an aunt to the children of my siblings, but I don't want them for myself. This book deals primarily with children and young women as the victims. And there was one story in here, and I think I told you yesterday that the book really focuses on the story of the victims. And there was one complete chapter in here where you pretty much get to know all of this woman's life. And she died at 19, and you get to know her, all of her life, her struggles, the way she was and stuff, and then you get to read the horrendous things done to her. And yeah, I had to cry. It made me so emotional reading it. I was so angry. I mean, the case is, it happened in the 90s, I think. Maybe late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, I don't think her parents are living anymore. But yeah, you get to read her whole story. What happens to her, her hopes, her dreams, the way she just the way she was, and it's so impactful to get only her story and just a little bit of the guy who did it, but mostly her life and her story, and then a whole lot about her parents, because they went on to do a lot of great things when it comes to victims of crimes and stuff, of life crimes like their daughters. I'm trying to be careful here what you can say on YouTube and whatnot, but yeah, to be honest, I would really, really recommend this book, but only if we can cope with it, because there are a lot of descriptions that are really, really hard in there, and you will get angry. There are a lot of cases where there are really, really small children involved, and yeah, I think this is by far one of the best. Well, I don't even want to call it a true crime book. I mean, it is a true crime book, but it's really, really like, it's just information about how things are done and why things work the way they are and what problems are there. And then there's a whole like little section in here what you could teach your children to keep them hopefully safer. And he also always like comes back to his own family and the struggle of like trying to protect your family but not being like so protective your children will hate you for it and stuff like that, you know. It's not just cases. It's about the people involved in everything and the consequences of the cases, and look at how the families suffer even after the fact. Like with the case that I cried about, at the end of the book was written in 1969. So the case had to be like 10 years before that. So 1968 was when the crime happened, roughly. The perpetrators got the death sentence, but even 10 years after the fact, he still was on death row. Because the system was so problematic back then, and he talks a lot about the problematic system and what they try to change it, and the problem that is sometimes there with judges. Like there's one judge talked about in here who also had like some kind of influence on the case, who just always sided with the perpetrators. And she had like no feelings for the victims and how problematic that is in the justice system. And so yeah, this book is really, it's hard to read, but it's incredibly impactful, and even though I cried my eyes out this morning, I'm really happy that I picked it up. I have 70 pages left, so I will try to finish it today, but to be honest, who knows. I don't want to cry again about it, but yeah. It really, it hurt me to read some of the stuff that is in there, so I would say read it, but only if you think you are able to, like, without feeling really bad afterwards. Like, I really find books like that interesting, but yeah, that story just really broke my heart reading it. I didn't expect that, so yeah, it was kinda a lot this morning. So yeah, I'm gonna go and do some gaming now to, I don't know, get on with the day, to be honest. And I do have to prepare the filling for tomorrow's Christmas dinner, and I probably will do some baking today. I want to do some cinnamon stars, so hopefully I will do that today. And I have to do a little bit of cleanup, and then I hopefully will finish the book in the evening probably. I probably just won't listen to an audiobook and just read. I also, yeah, listened to quite a bit of my audiobook yesterday, so that was also nice. Good morning and Merry Christmas. It's the 24th today, and here in Germany we celebrate Christmas today, and then the next 2 days are like holidays, and but yeah, we're celebrating today, so Merry Christmas. A quick reading update. I finished Journey into Darkness yesterday, and yeah, I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. Even the ending was really interesting. There was a chapter about the O.J. Simpson case, and that was really interesting. I don't really know that much about the case, so it was really interesting to get like his perspective on the case, because the FBI wasn't involved in the case. I'm sorry, my voice is a little bit rough today. But yeah, I gave it 5 stars. I think it's a really, really, really great true crime book with great tips on how to make life a little bit safer. Like, there are a lot of things you can't really help it, but he has a few tips especially for children, and it was really focused on the victims and on the whole process of investigating, and yeah, I really enjoyed that. So yeah, 5 stars. Really great book. And then today I started Night Shift. So yeah, I picked up Night Shift. I'm 130 pages into it and I'm really enjoying it at the moment. It's a classical Stephen King short horror stories, and yeah, I'm really enjoying myself. And then my partner and I, we are pretty much alone on Christmas. We already exchanged gifts because we are adults, and yeah, no biggie can tell us not to. And I have the best husband ever. He actually got me the Lego Ideas Typewriter, which I really wanted to get, but it's so expensive. And yeah, I'm gonna put like a little video here, but I will now be building Lego for the day. And yeah, I'm so happy about that. Like, it's really easy to give me gifts because like books are always easy, but I didn't expect that as a gift, and so yeah, I'm a big Lego fan, and I'm really excited about it. So I will probably see you later. It depends on whether I will be reading anything else today, because if you know Lego and the bigger sets, it takes quite some time to put them together, so I don't know how much time that will take up, but I will definitely show you the finished piece, and then I will have to make some space because I want to put it in one of my bookshelves, just because it's so fitting. So yeah, I will probably see you then, but yeah, I hope you all have like a really nice Christmas, whether alone or with friends or with family. I just hope you're having a really great holiday in the holiday season. Sadly we don't have snow, it's actually raining outside here, which is kind of sad, but in Germany it happens a lot of times. I'm here to end the vlog. I will put a little bit of like a clip in here, but I just finished building my Christmas present, the typewriter from Lego, and it's such an incredible Lego piece, and yeah, I'm so happy with that present. It's so cool. But yeah, because it took me the whole day to build it, I haven't read anything else, and I'm now gonna do some gaming, because actually holding a book hurts right now. I kind of hurt my wrist somewhere in the last few days. I don't know how it happened, but it really hurts. And so holding a book and like changing the page and stuff kind of like hurts, like moving it hurts, but gaming and holding a controller kind of works out because I'm holding it still. So yeah, I'm gonna give my wrist a rest this evening and only do some gaming, but I wanted to end the vlog. I really hope you have a good Christmas, and yeah, I will see you in next week's vlog, which I don't know, it might be a little bit late just because New Year's is I think on that Sunday, so the first is that Sunday. So yeah, I don't know, because we have friends here, I don't know if the vlog will be going up when it should, but I will try to do that to make it work somehow. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and sorry, my dog wants to be let in. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe leave a like if you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'm gonna see you next week. Bye bye!